what's up everybody? It's Ronnie George. So today we're going to be talking about what to expect your first 5 years as a real estate agent. Now this is for brand new agents. This is for people that have been in the industry for 1 or 2 years. The whole point of this is to give you an understanding of what to expect and how to actually continue to grow if you're maybe in year 2, 3, and 4, where to go from there, or if you're just getting started, what you can actually expect when you become a real estate agent. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So year 1, this is basically the whole concept of getting into real estate because you want to make a ton of money, you want all the freedom in the world, and you want to look cool on Instagram and Facebook showing real estate properties and doing all these cool videos. At least that's an idea, that's an expectation. A lot of people have this expectation that they're just going to be this glorified individual, this celebrity, and it's very possible, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. But year 1, it's actually lowering your expectations. Now, I don't want to get into this and really bust a lot of people's bubbles, but I want this video to be very informative and very straightforward in how it actually really is, not blowing smoke up your ass and telling you it's going to be something that it's not actually going to be. Now, there are abnormalities that people do extreme things. They do extreme amount of business in their first 1 or 2 years. That's the rarity. I'm going to be talking about the average Joe, the average agent, and how that average agent can become a great agent. So let's go ahead into year 1. Most of year 1, you're going to be grinding and focusing on actually improving what you bring to the table, your quality and your mindset. So a lot of put your head down and put in the work type mindset, as well as you need to kind of lower your expectations. And the only reason because of that is your mindset is actually going to be attacked a lot along the way. Not only are you going to have all these expectations of why you got into it in the first place, but you're going to have to lower those to be a little bit more realistic, because most people think they're going to be this superstar their first 6 months or a year in. And it's just not really going to happen. It's like you're a brand new product. It's going to take time for people to understand who you are. You can get there, but it's very unlikely that it's going to happen that first year. It might happen year 2 or year 3. So just don't beat yourself up too bad if it doesn't happen that first year. It's really the whole point. Trial and error. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. It's especially if you've never done real estate before. There's going to be a lot of learning that you're going to have to be doing. You're going to have to set new expectations. And this is the most important one: learning and seeking help. And the reason I say that is this: you want to go into this industry with the mindset of learning as much as you can, and you want to go in it with the mindset of wanting to help people as much as possible. Because if all you want to do is make money and look cool, you're not going to build relationships. You're not going to get continued referral business. You have to care about people. This is a relationship business. So just know that if you're getting in and you just think you want to sling houses left and right, it'll happen, but it's going to be a short-term thing. But if you're in it for the long term, you're going to want to connect with people. You're going to want to build relationships, and you're going to want to always be learning. Always be trying to grow and expand and increase your mindset and your capabilities and what you deliver and what you bring to the table. That's the whole focus of year 1. Putting in the work, getting business, closing business, and focusing on more business. You want to just build up as much momentum as you can to get past year 1 to get into year 2. Focus very, very specific on getting closings, getting deals, going after those FSBOs. I got other videos that reference of how to actually, like a 30-day action plan. I could actually link it up above so you can go ahead and click on that so you can get a 30-day action plan. But the point of that is you need to be focusing on business. Like, that's it. You need to get that going, because year 2 and year 3 is where you're going to be able to lift your head up a little bit and be like, all right, where am I at? How are things? So just stay focused right now. And that's building business, creating opportunities, and just doing nothing but putting in the work. So that's year 1. Year 2, you're gonna want to grow smart, meaning that you're gonna want to start advertising, and you're gonna want to do it in such a way that it's strategically placed. You're gonna dial in your process, as well as you're gonna be increasing your exposure to more people. So more people are gonna be seeing you now. They're gonna have seen you for at least a year consistently. So you're going to be a little more known. So you're going to have a little more credibility. You're going to have more money because all that hard work you did in year one, you're going to be able to play with it and advertise and start expanding and start doing bus benches and grocery store checkout items and all these crazy things that you want to do that's going to align with your goals. And then you're also going to have your trusted partners. These are going to be people that you've worked with this first year, your favorite lenders, your favorite closing attorney, your favorite inspector, your favorite resource, basically where you go online and get information from. These are going to be the people that you're going to be able to count on, that as you continue to grow your business, you're going to have your trusted affiliates that you know when you send it to business to them, you're actually going to be able to get expected results. So let's go ahead and talk about those a little bit more. So year two, this is basically the time that you want to start taking some of your money and start investing it into your brand a little bit more. Most people want to jump in and think they need a logo, they need all this branding, they need all this advertising their first year, and no one cares. No one cares about any of that crap. They want to see what you can do, and you need to prove it before you want to go slap a logo on your brand, because your logo is not going to get deals. You're going to be the one that's going to have to go out there and get those deals. So just think about that before you go and spend all these thousands of dollars on design and logos and advertising. That doesn't mean crap. What means anything is what you can deliver and bring to the table. So year one's putting in the work. Year two, looking up, starting to build your brand, expand on it. Because if you're getting into this industry and you don't know what type of properties you like or how you want to focus, if you want to be luxury or investment or land or whatever it is, year one's going to be able to be that foundation to where you'll figure it out. So year two, you'll be able to look back and be like, wow, I really liked working with people that were investors or people that were relocating or people that wanted to build a new home or first-time home buyers or people that were downsizing. Whatever it is, you're going to be able to figure that out by actually doing it. You're not going to be able to plan ahead without knowing. So year two is where you're going to reevaluate and be like, okay, I really enjoyed this. I want to do a lot more of this in year two. And I feel that this audience, this group of people would really appreciate this. And then you provide more of that, whether it's first-time home buyers and you start doing education seminars or doing videos like this where you educate your audience, or if it's relocating, so you start doing videos around the area and showcasing all these local features that you can highlight. Like, start catering to your audience that you feel that you naturally like. Start being the expert in the areas that you have found that you like working in the most. So that's what you're really going to be doing in year two. Spend advertising dollars that go around that audience that you've discovered in year one. So that basically means that if you like Zillow or Trulia or Realtor, or you're doing Facebook ads, or you're doing YouTube videos, or you're doing door knocking, or you're doing direct mailers, whatever it is, now you can see what audience is going to be most receptive to your type of advertising, and now you can really start feeding that audience. So I hope that makes sense for year two. So year three is where you're actually going to start scaling that brand. So let's just pretend that year two, you've done nothing but dialed into your audience. You know everything about them, and you've put in a consistent amount of work. People in that area are really starting to know you, and you're starting to become an authority figure in their minds. Not because you tell them that you are, but because you've consistently put in the work to where they think you are. So you're going to start scaling your brand. Then you're going to start bringing in help. You're going to bring in an assistant, or you're going to bring in a buyer's agent, or you're going to actually start referring business out to other agents. Instead of bringing a buyer's agent, you can start handing off business so you can continue to keep doing business. And then you're going to have a repeatable process. So let's talk about that. So going right into scaling your brand, we've kind of touched on that. What to start scaling, how to start dialing that in. We've kind of got that a little figured out. So let's talk about bringing on help. assistants and buyer's agents. This is the point where you need to start leveraging yourself. Year one, year two, you're probably not going to be completely overloaded. You're not really going to need a team of people working for you. So don't take all those expenses on and feel that you need the weight of an assistant and a transaction coordinator and all that. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, keep your expenses low, stack all the money, and then this way you can grow consistently and steadily, and then start bringing on an assistant and leverage off the most basic things that anyone can do, like inputting things into the MLS, filling out forms online, basic things. Have that hand it off to an assistant. You don't need to be doing those things. Your time is now worth more than it was than in year one. That's when you bring on an assistant. When you're no longer able to do the things effectively, that's when you need help. Now, when it comes to a buyer's agent, if you've tapped into your audience and now you're bringing in a ton of leads and a ton of business and you literally cannot grow and take care of all those potential deals, then you need to bring on additional people that can. Chop off a little piece, get a percentage of those profits, hand it to a buyer's agent or a referral agent so you can at least get some portion of the proceeds. You're there as a part of it. Now you can leverage yourself and still get some business instead of totally losing it. That's when you start bringing that on. Don't necessarily start a team unless you know for a fact that you can bring in a ton of business that you can be able to hand off. So that's a couple tips on there. Now, as far as a repeatable process, now you've been doing this for 2 years. You know what to expect. People should know what to expect when they work with you. When they send business your way, they know that they're going to get X, Y, and Z. You have a repeatable process. You have a certain thing that you do that makes you unique in your style, only because you've done it so many times. So therefore, it's a repeatable process. Now you can start refining it and being more efficient at it and chipping away all the BS, meaning that you don't work with certain lenders that are going to hold you up, or you don't work with certain title attorneys that hold you up, or you don't work with certain inspectors that cause problems, or you are leveraging videos to share with new people. You've created groups to nurture your leads. You have an email database. You have a repeatable process that people go in step 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you do it wrapped around your own style. You don't just do it because you feel that it's something that you saw on the internet so you implement in your business. You do it because you know that it's going to work best for you. So after that, year 4. Now this is a year that you're really going to start growing, especially if you've put in work consistently. Over and over and over, you've built your brand. People know who you are. You're officially going to start becoming an authority figure and a local icon in your area. People are going to know who you are. You're going to go to local restaurants. You're going to go to events, and people are going to be like, oh, you're that real estate agent, or oh, you're so-and-so. Your team does such and such. They've seen you consistently year after year after year, so you've built a place in their mind to where they know exactly who you are. So not only is this the point to where you can make a decision to start managing and removing yourself from your business to where you operate it, or you can say, I'm going to be the primary agent of my business. I want to be the go-to person. I don't want to build a team of people, and I just want to stay this and just make a ton of money. This is where you can just stick to that plan and just do it. There's nothing wrong with that. All you really need is an assistant and 1 or 2 buyer's agents, and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. It doesn't have to get crazy. It doesn't have to get dynamic. But if you want to go the entrepreneurial route and start managing people and scale it and remove yourself from your business so you can have more freedom, because at this point, you're going to have a little less freedom. You're going to be doing deals left and right. You're going to be writing contracts. So this is a time in your career where you want to evaluate, do I love doing what I do? Am I burnt out on this? Do I want to help other real estate agents be successful? This is a conversation you have to have with yourself, and you can start looking at the idea of building a team, bringing on something that creates a system that's very operational without you physically doing a lot of the work. So this is where you're going to start discovering that idea. You're going to create a business. If you decide to go that route, this is where you will create that business, and you will basically have a process. When a lead comes in, it'll be converted, it'll be handed off, it'll be this and that. I cannot tell you how amazing it was the first time I had a lead come in, it was processed, handed off to a buyer's agent, and I literally got it closed, and I never had to meet the person, and I got 50% of that deal. I was blown away. So if you ever want to achieve that, all you need to do is just build a team. It's very simple to do. You'll be the local icon, and as well as you'll have a proven process. Remember how year 3 you have a repeatable process. Now you'll have a proven process. It'll be so ironclad that you will literally be able to print money, because you know that, hey, if I get X amount of leads, if I get X amount of contacts, I'm going to make this amount of business come my way, because I'm going to convert X amount of percentage, and I know that I can do this and expect these type of results within a degree of percentages. So now you can actually start scaling your business and be like, well, if I spend more money here, I bring more leads in here, I know my process can deliver these type of results. And then you can literally just keep growing. So that's where you actually start improving your proven process. Now, year 5, this is kind of like a liftoff point. This is basically, let's say that you decided to build a team. You decided to build your business as big as possible. So you're going to get a lot of notoriety now. Not only are you going to be a local expert, you're going to probably more than likely be an industry icon. People are going to take notice of your success. People are going to be like, what is that person doing over there? They're doing amazing things. And if you've leveraged yourself in such a way that you're no longer in your business, you're going to have more free time. You're going to be invited to speak at local events. You're going to be invited to, put insight and opinions on things because you've done it and you've proven the process. They're not going to ask you this year 1 because you haven't proven results. You haven't put in the work, but now you have. Year 5, year 4, you've put in a lot of work. Now people want to hear what you have to say. They'll start getting you on panels, discussions. You'll start being an educator, and the cool thing about it is you'll start understanding it in a new process to where you can teach other people how to do it. So again, this is where that decision can be made once again. You can create a team and continue to grow, or you can keep doing it on your own and be like, hey, here's what I do, and you can just keep doing it. And there's plenty of people that do exactly that. So people are going to be seeking help. You're going to have a lot of people reach out to you for advice, guidance. So if you like helping people, here's your opportunity. If you don't like helping people, it'll probably be annoying. Grow a team, or build a brokerage. Now, here's another decision. This is where you actually want to do a stepping off point, and you want to decide on how big is this team going to get. Like, if you're running a team and you have 2 to 3 agents, maybe let's say you've grown, you have 5 to 10 agents, you're just blowing at the seams, like you're just like, this is insane. Then you have to have the discussion with yourself of like, should I start my own brokerage? Should I do my own thing? If you're an entrepreneur to the core, yeah, you'll probably go ahead and start your own independent brokerage. Get a feel for it. And that's what I'd recommend. Do your own brokerage because you have your own brand in place. People know you. You don't necessarily need a big box franchise over your name, because you'll know that people want to work with you specifically and your team and your process that you have. And so that way, you keep your expenses low, you start your own brokerage, you're probably using your old systems in the process. So now's the time that you can actually say, year 6, I'm starting my own brokerage. And that's what I'd kind of recommend between years 1 and 5. I hope that's a good overview for you. Now, if you're a brand new agent, real estate is by far one of the most dynamic industries to get into. You can make a ton of money here. You can have a ton of freedom. And it gives you so much opportunity to achieve whatever it is you want. If you like teaching people, like educating people, like showing properties, it's an amazing career. And if you're already doing this, then you know that you love it and you want to continue to do it and you want to continue expanding on it. So I would encourage you to keep growing, keep learning, and just know that you are your own limitation. There's nothing that's going to stop you in this industry except you. So I would encourage you to continue to grow, continue to expand, continue to challenge yourself and reevaluate where you are in the process and where you want to be. Every year, do a little checklist and be like, am I where I want to be in my career? Can I do better? Can I achieve better? Can I achieve more? Ambulance is going crazy. So I would encourage you to do that every year. Sit back, look up a little bit from the grind and be like, Where am I at in the process? Am I going in the right direction? Do I want to remove some things? Do I want to change some things? So this is a quick overview of your years 1 through 5 and what to expect. I'd appreciate if you comment in anything below or comment in the section below of what you'd like to see more of. I'd love your insight. I appreciate all the insight from the other videos. And I thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I hope it's been helpful.
Chain smoking